Hey there, thanks for listening to So You Want to Get on Stage. I'm Bonnie Lefrak and I'm interviewing my favorite clients and coaches. I hope you enjoy. I have my client, Christy, and we are on the podcast, of course, and on social media. The podcast, something that I've realized over when I first started the podcast and then I did nothing with the podcast, is the name of the podcast is So You Want to Get on Stage. And it's Get on Stage is bigger. And I realized, you know what? I'm not sure people want to get on stage, right? Like the whole so you want to get on stage. I'm not really sure. And I'll ask you, right? First, so the question would be, did you want to get on stage? But first, who are you? How old are you? How long you been doing this? Give us the rundown.
So I'm Christy. I am full-time mom, full-time nurse, blah, blah. I started competing in spring of 2022. I'm now 41, so I wasn't old enough to do master's category at the time. So I just done the transformation program. Not sure exactly that knew I wanted to get on stage. Just wasn't sure how competitive I wanted or could have been. So I stuck with transformation only the first season, which I regretted the second I got off stage, but that's what I did. That's really, yeah, I saw one of my friends do it and I've been interested in a while. I've seen a couple of friends do it, but reached out.
Who was the first friend that did it?
With Fitness Asylum, so I've seen other people do it through other programs, but with Fitness Asylum, somebody who actually tagged the program that I could actually look into the program for, Jackie Heon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because she like lived in Carver.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she actually grew up being friends with my brother. We all camped down here together. I'm actually from Sturbridge and we all ended up down here. So I knew her from my brother at a campground. So she's known me and my husband's for, I don't know how many years, so many years, but grew up together.
Yeah, it's always such a small world. Okay, then I'm going to back it up. You did want to get on stage.
I did. I didn't know how competitive I could be. I think I didn't
Okay.
know. Maybe I guess you don't know until you try, but especially
In
being
you
vegetarian.
had it. Yeah, you had it in your mind that you did want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Why not? Sparkly bikinis. What more could you ask for?
Yeah. No, it is. And I think I just love this sort of interview process is interesting because if someone said, "Oh, Christy's your client, you must know everything." I'm like, "No, I don't know everything. Like, I know what she eats, I know what she does for a workout, I know what she looks like in her
Yeah.
underwear, but other than that,
Yeah, exactly.
other than that,
Yep.
okay." So it looked interesting to you.
Yes, yes, it did, and it has been for a while. But like I said, didn't really know where to start, and I guess never been interested enough to go seek it out or too busy to seek it out. So seeing the program tagged and actually be able to click on the program and look into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think what I have found for most people is they come to us. It is definitely either they're already in our ecosystem, they're already like a member at the gym, or they were a member at the gym, or it is through a friend, right? It's somebody did
Yeah.
it, somebody has photos, or somebody tags them, somebody says, do this with me, because that does make it a lot easier. I think it would be very overwhelming to figure out, okay, I want to do it and I don't know where to go. And now I'm going to go, like on Instagram, and there's going to be like 10 million different people posting things. And I don't know, is this a program for beginners or is this a program where you have to use steroids or, right? There's so much out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
there is. And so your first season, you stuck with transformation.
I did. Yep.
Did your coach say you should do something else?
No, but honestly, so oddly enough, I didn't want, like, when I had looked into doing bodybuilding in the past, it was mostly like coaches far away, like all virtual. And I was like, definitely don't want that. And I did my first season all virtual. I didn't show up until like even kickoff. I ended up with COVID during kickoff. So I did the virtual kickoff, which I wasn't planning on doing. So I didn't meet anybody until the walkthrough. So the week before stage was the first time I'd ever seen anybody in person, which was very odd because I was against doing all virtual, but that's just how it played out for me that season.
Yeah.
So there was not a whole lot of conversation about doing anything other than transformation. And I don't think that I sent pictures. There was actually no watching me pose or anything. So I don't know what she knew what she was in for. And I didn't know what I was in for on stage. We
Yeah.
didn't touch that the first season.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. The virtual experience, some people are almost like they prefer virtual, right? They
Yeah.
want to do everything virtual. In fact, I was doing a different podcast where I was like, how to make things less boring is to get out of your house, go somewhere, like to meet other
Mm-hmm.
people and meet the people in it, be part of the community, even if you don't know everybody, because it will make it that much more fun and that much more easy to get into it. So your first season, you're like, okay, I'm just going to go to this walkthrough. I
Yeah.
I
Yep.
haven't met anybody and no one has met me.
Yeah. And I was shocked when I met Catherine, met me at the door. I was like, hey, Christy. And I was like, I did not know you all of the coaches saw me in my underwear, but she knew who I was. And I was like, okay. I was like, hi. How do you know me? Yep.
That's wild. Okay. That's Yeah, we might have to and it's funny, just so everybody understands, although I sent a list of questions to Christy and other competitors, we didn't have any there's no like pre-conversation because now I have so many questions. Right now I'm like, we're gonna have
Oh
to
yeah.
talk another time about like your whole first experience because
Oh
the
yeah.
reality, yeah, because the reality is
I,
different coaches, different seasons, different
mhm.
circumstance, and a different outcome.
I came back. I came back.
You're like, I still came back, even though I was like, probably could have done more. Oh no, I
Oh,
it is interesting. I think for most women, you gotta know going in, it's not gonna be a one and done, no matter what. Like, even if it goes terrible or even if it goes fantastic, you want to give it another shot because it could just be
you can
like,
do better.
yeah,
Yep.
there's
You
so
can do
many other,
better.
you're right. There's so many things that we could do differently.
Yep.
We could change so many different variables, and you will have a better outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I came back. So that was spring 2022,
Yes.
and you've taken no time off.
I did. I took one fall off, and that one fall off, I don't remember which fall. So I must have done spring 2022, fall 2022, spring 2023, fall 2023. I took off,
Okay, fall
and then right back
2023.
into it. Yep.
Yeah. Was taking the off season hard or was good?
It was both. So it was
Both.
really hard, FOMO so bad. And I came to watch the fall show, and I brought my daughter, and she was really into it. So I was also just everything about it. I was like, oh, she's into it, and I didn't do it. And I want to be on that stage, and everyone looks amazing. And here I am, a little fluffy, but meant to be fluffy, trying to build muscle. And I feel like I did come back and I did put on muscle. So it worked. but,
Yeah.
but it's hard to watch everyone else be stage lean and sit in the audience a little on the fluffy side.
Yeah. It is.
But
And so, yes, transitions are hard. Like whether it is I'm competing, now I'm going to take one season or a year, I'm going to do some improvements or what have you, and then I'm going to come back. Or at some point, and I'm not sure you're at the thinking point, am I done? Or am I going to do it again in the future? There is those points where you're like, I miss being like that level lean. I miss being like having that goal. And if I wake up in the morning, it's like when you plan a wedding, right? It's all this, I got to get the band and I put the invitations and then all this stuff. And it's a big rigmarole and then it's over. And you're like,
yeah,
now
I wasn't that girl for my wedding. I'm not into that. I'm not that into marriage.
you're like, just come over if you
I'm
want.
married. Yeah, that's basically what we did. Yeah, I spent more money on stage than I did on my wedding.
Hey,
And
well,
not a
we
wedding
all
person.
pick and choose. Then that's easy then
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
can be like, listen, this is my hobby. This is what I'm
yeah,
into.
yeah.
Is the best part of competing, or at least when you walked in, like you were like, I really love that sparkly suit.
I yeah, yeah, and I feel like just the whole process, having a goal, and I don't know, I just everything. It's hard. It's hard, and you do it, and then I feel like stage day, everything's worth it. So you cried in the closet a couple of times. Whatever. You
Hmm?
did it. You're there. It's over. But it's sad to be over too. You wait all this time, and I feel like at some point you're like, I can't wait to be done. I can't wait to be done. And then once it's over, you're like, what now? Oh,
Yeah. Exactly.
It
I
just
know.
hooks you right in.
It does.
But
It is very, there's so many different aspects that are, I'll use the term lightly, addictive, right? It's that big goal, working
yeah.
hard, blinders on, nothing else matters. I got to get my workout in. I have to do all, and because as women too, if we're not like, there's only two speed, like it's either I'm all in on my goal or none, my goal
Hmm.
matters not, like I'm not working on myself at all. Because
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
busy. I've got kids. I've got a job. I've got so many other obligations. It's almost like it's the only thing that I've seen that really, because I have tons of programs where people can lose weight. Sure, you can
Yeah.
lose weight, you can lose body fat, you can gain strength, you can do this, you can do that, and people do. But there's nothing quite like the stage at the end that makes you like really do it
Yeah.
all in.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is, I feel like it gives you something to focus on outside of regular life too. You fit it into your regular life, obviously. I'm getting up at 3:30 to get my workouts in, but I'm going to bed at 7:30 with my kids, and my husband can do the dishwasher and whatever else needs to be done. But it
Exactly.
does takes away, I don't know, just takes away some of the regular life. Like I'm doing this and a lot of things have to take a back seat, and that's fine.
Yeah, it totally is. How much experience in the gym did you have prior? Were you like a gym rat your whole life, or what was your deal?
So I was for a long time. My son grew up in the gym with me, and then we had two daughters, and life got busier, so we got less, and there was definitely a lot more cardio, just getting outside for walks, and I did it every day. That was definitely a priority, but there wasn't a lot of strength training for the last couple, probably last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. Once we had that second daughter, that was really just their they were priority. I didn't really make the time to get up at 3:30 in the morning and strength train, but okay.
So you had experience, and but it had fallen off a little bit.
Yeah. Yep. I did even hired a trainer before and done all the things, just never got like stage. Never got to that was never the goal. It was more, I don't know, just getting strong and
Had you
building a
been to,
physique, but
had you ever seen a show in person before you competed?
never actually. And my husband drove me because again, virtual, just the little things you pick up, and he was picking up even less because he was in the other room. And Kelly was my posing coach the first season, and she mentioned about tanning naked, and that was it. He was coming. Yep, I signed up. It was a very expensive, very expensive adult program I signed myself up for at that point. So he was like, kids aren't coming. I'm coming. I don't know what you signed up for, but we're going
Really?
together. I'm like, all right. Yeah. He was like, you're going to be tanning naked. There's guys there. I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea. But
Yeah.
everything was professional. Went fine, and he was totally fine. But he was like, what did you sign yourself up for? What is
Like I
this?
don't,
It's like, I
I
have no
don't
idea.
know.
I'm just going to show up and bring my bikini, and everything else is going to be done for me. And how it gets done, I don't know.
Exactly. And you know what?
Yeah.
It is
Mm,
very funny just to hear like first season versus second, third, like all the seasons. After a while, like all that stuff is just funny to look
it's
back on. But
normal. Yeah.
the first season experience is like, what? It is
Yeah.
interesting. Like way back, like when I competed, the shows were very different. They didn't have somebody who had this like a spray tan business like there it didn't
Yeah.
exist. It just didn't. So you, as the competitor, would be literally tanning yourself at home. It was a mess, just a big,
Yeah.
sloppy
I can't.
mess. And so it
Yeah.
is just very interesting that the way these competitions have gone over the years and it's just developed into, I guess, what you would call like a cottage industry where these people are like, okay, there's a need for professional stage level spray tan. And then this is how you do it. And this is how you set it up. And this is how you make sure everybody has privacy and that they get a good tan and they're dry and they don't mess up their tan. And it's like a whole thing.
Yeah. It
So.
is, and it's definitely different than what what we heard virtually.
You're like,
Yeah,
wait,
no,
what? What are we doing? We're standing around naked?
yeah,
Yeah.
And now I'm texting the Tanners, like we're texting each other recipes. So it's definitely,
That's always interesting too, because now having done multiple seasons, you are friend like
yeah,
you have a big friend group of all of these people, including people
yep,
who are the Tanners, like all these people that you've met through competing
yeah,
that you would
yeah.
have never met
So many,
otherwise.
and like just, and it's, yeah, never met, and just they're just different. Oh, oh, mom, my dog just knocked my phone over. They're just different mindset. Like I've gone hiking with one of them. Like my husband's, you're just gonna go hike with this chick I never met. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go take on Mount Washington tomorrow. Bye. He's just would never. I don't have a lot of friends that are capable or willing to do that type of thing. So it's nice to have that kind of group of friends where you can just go do something and they're able to and willing to, and that's fun for them because not a lot of people want to go on a
Yeah,
19-mile hike with me. It's not
no,
fun for most people.
no,
But
I probably would be like a no.
yeah,
So your
yes,
your first season, you're brand new, you're doing this virtually because it just got off. That's how it went. You did
yeah.
transformation only, and then you came back in the fall of 2022.
Hmm.
What happened? So what categories did you do in that for that season?
I believe that was your first. Was that your first FA show? So I think transformation wasn't in there.
I think it was our
So I
first year.
did FA. Yeah. So I did FA that season. Whatever transformation line and elite line, and then I did open because I wasn't old enough to do masters. So I just open at WNBF
I
Monster
see. So
Mash.
yep. So you competed in open bikini in the W.
Hmm.
How did you do?
That one, I fourth. I think I
Fourth.
placed fourth in that one. Yep.
Yeah, an open bikini. And so for anybody watching or listening who, just for the
Mhm.
record, in natural bodybuilding events, especially when you have some of these larger federations, WNBF, obviously OCB, ANBF, like all of these federations, probably the most popular category and the most plentiful, like the people who are coming in to compete, bikini is generally the most competitive. And to be in the open bikini, and so you didn't even do novice bikini, did you?
No, because when I the first show that I had done, we didn't have an FA show yet. It was the last season that the transformation was in the WNBF line. So I placed first in that, and so I just went right for open after that. I don't know if that's just what we did. We didn't do.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think you could cross over from open to novice. I don't think there was a crossover either
Oh,
at
that's right. You can't,
WNBF.
yeah. In WNBF, it would be one or the other. And so
Yeah,
you went open. Yeah.
so I
And
went
that is
open.
another thing too. Yeah. It's interesting with the federations now let people cross over. You could be novice, you can be
Mhm.
debut, you can do it open, you can all the things, even masters like OCB, I think it's 35 plus. It is interesting. So open bikini, you placed fourth, and then we went into
Mhm.
spring 2023.
Yep,
And were you 39 or 40?
39, I think.
So you
I
hadn't
don't.
done masters bikini yet.
No, did I? I don't know. I don't think so because it was, yeah, no, because I did the fall. Yeah, no, I hadn't done because I did. I'm 41 now, so I did. Spring was my first. The following spring after I took the fall off was the first time I had done masters.
So
So yeah, just open again that
so
way.
spring 2024, you did masters bikini
Yes.
and you won your
Yep,
pro
and then
card.
went right into fall. Won my pro card at Worlds, so in the fall, yeah. Yeah, I got invited to Worlds. I think I placed second in Masters and third in Open that season because I competed in both categories at Worlds, but
Wow.
did not place in the Open category at all.
Yeah.
That was
Some,
insane, though.
it was insane. Talk about a lot of people.
A lot of gorgeous women on that stage.
Yeah. So a world's event, right? The WNBF
Yep.
World Championship to be standing on stage with like 100 different bikini competitors from all over the world.
Yeah.
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 So, what is the most surprising thing over? So you have a vast experience, right? You've done multiple seasons, you have done transformation, you've done open bikini, you've done masters bikini, you've achieved pro status. Let's go with what is the most maybe surprising thing or odd thing or interesting thing, like something maybe you didn't anticipate about competing?
Other than being really addicted to it, I did not anticipate that. I
Fair.
I do. I feel like the outsiders. I feel like I was expecting there to be a lot more cattiness inside of bodybuilding, and I feel like very supported in our team in general, other teams even. I don't feel like there's a lot of cattiness backstage. If anyone needs anything, everyone that someone has it. I've never. Everyone's always there to help out. It's super competitive, and yet everyone's so welcoming and
Yeah.
supportive. And outside, I feel is where I find the cattiness. Everyone has something to say. I'm like, I don't know why, but don't ask for
Yeah.
opinions. But and it's not everyone, and it's not all the time. It's just I thought there'd be more in and less out, and it's the opposite. And I've had to step back and say that to people. I'm like, I know that you think you have value here, something to say. It's not, it doesn't feel productive. And I know you think I'm used to this, but it's not like that on the inside. Like, we're not catty. We're not, like, I really thought it would be more because it's competition. And it's just, I don't feel like it is. So
Yeah. It
and I
is.
feel like that's,
Yeah, it's
oh,
interesting, right? Where you would expect it. Yeah, even though we historically do have a big team, lots of different people, different categories and people. Hey, yeah, I have a suit you can borrow. Sure, I have this, I
yeah.
have that. Yeah, it
Oh,
is
yeah.
interesting. I think it's a shared common experience, right? Hey, I know how
Yeah.
hard you work. I know how hard I work. We've chosen to do this. We're the few, the crazy ones who are willing to do this. And we have just that respect for each other.
Yeah. I'm like amazed by it all the time. Just, I it's not what I expected when I joined. I honestly was ready for just stay in your own lane and do it and get there. And even when I did it virtually, like I didn't know anybody really. And it was still like, it was the same. It's just
Yeah.
camaraderie, I
It
guess.
makes
I don't
me,
know.
yeah, I love that. And I think that people that might be a barrier where people like don't want to do this because they are afraid. Will people be mean? Am I an outsider? Am I not an insider? Will everybody be better than me or think less of me or be jealous of me or be mean to me? Or no,
No,
it's so interesting. It's
fine. You're in. You're an insider.
yeah. You're an
Yeah.
insider. Exactly.
Yep.
You're an insider. And no matter where you are on your journey, someone else has
Mm-hmm.
been there too.
Yep.
Someone
Yeah.
else has started and someone else is in their first season or their 10th season or what have you. Is there anything for you personally? Did anything change for you in terms of your identity, like becoming a competitor? Did that change anything about you, do you think?
Yeah. I definitely put myself first more of the time, like before I was. And I did feel like there was a lot of times where my kids were so busy and all I did was work and drive them places where it was like you wake up in the morning, you're like, what am I doing this for? What is in this for me? And now it is, I have a hobby, I have goals, I have something to focus on. And they are still getting all of their stuff done. The housework still gets done. And if it doesn't get done, it will get done next week. It's not, I'm going to focus. I have a focus, I have a goal, and I just allow myself to focus on me because I did and it worked and it felt great. And why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
I
I'm
think,
not just here to
yeah,
pay bills. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I have a greater
Yeah.
purpose. I have greater meaning than just punching a card, so to speak.
Yeah.
What is the greatest part about getting on stage, do you think, for you?
A sense of accomplishment. Like you work so hard for that many weeks for that moment. So
Yeah.
like no matter what happens, obviously like you want to place well, but no matter what happens, you did it. You gave it your all, and And that's the goal. You can't control everything. There's always going to be somebody who looks better than you, poses better than you, has better stage presence. Even if you win, next season's going to be different. There's going to be a new competitor. You just gotta, everyone always says you against you. So it is, you just try to beat yourself every season, bring something better to the stage. I think
Yeah.
that
Right.
it
Yeah.
is, it's just, yeah, it's, you just work hard. You work for that it is a moment. My husband thinks I'm crazy. You're up there for 5 minutes, but it's, you push for that 5 minutes. You push so hard for what, 16 plus weeks for 5 minutes of,
It's sometimes it's 10 or 15 or
it
20,
depends.
right? It
Yeah. And
depends.
yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, it depends on the show or on the judges. In closing, is there anything else you'd like to share or something, especially if somebody was considering doing this, right? They're thinking about getting on stage, they saw an ad or they saw before and after, or they're just listening to you and they're relating to somebody who's in their early 40s who's a mom. Anything that you would share?
Just do it. I wish I did it sooner. I just do it. Like, you'll find the time. There's always time. You can not watch Netflix for 16 weeks. You can make your husband make dinner for 16 weeks. You can set your alarm a little earlier. You can do it. You can do it. And there's always time somewhere. I walk on my lunch break and wake up at 3:30 in the morning. And the house is a little messier, but I did it. I'm doing it. I'm still
Yeah.
doing it. It's been 6 seasons. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not
Yeah.
competing right now, and I'm in my routine.
Yeah,
Still doing.
exactly. Still,
Yeah.
and once you become a woman who works out and a woman who takes care of herself and a woman who prioritizes herself, that keeps going. Even if like you take an off season or you're not sure, like after 6 seasons, am I going to keep competing? But you are forever changed. You carry all of that forward with you. You keep that. That's still you. You'll always be a competitor. You'll always be in that family forever. Like I competed a million years ago and I'm still friends with people I competed against, like in 2005. And it's just so funny to look back and be like, yeah, that's how we met and that's how we're still friends.
Yeah.
And I do think, had we known, would have done it sooner, would have gotten into it earlier, could have
Mm-hmm.
gone, woulda, shoulda, coulda. But you know what? I think like sometimes the timing is what the timing is for all the right reasons. You have been part of our team and you see probably so many women in their 50s and now even early 60s who are competing.
Yeah. And blowing youngins out of the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No,
It's
it's not
definitely,
too late.
yeah, it's never too late. It's a
No,
great sport. It's a great sport for
it
women in their
is.
40s and 50s. It's a great sport.
It
You hit
is.
it actually just right. And actually it's the same timing that I was in is the late 30s.
Yeah.
So you're like, because sometimes if you're like in your early 20s, you don't have that much muscle yet. Like it's like a different, it's not as old muscle. It's like a little bit
Yeah.
young and youthful, and that's all good. But really by late 30s, early 40s, I think it's when it all comes together.
Well, that's good to know. I've always been like, what would happen if I did find this in my 20s? There's
Now,
always that. What if I did it a little earlier? Yeah.
I think you hit it at the right time. I'm so super, like, this is super fun to connect and just find out all the things I didn't even know. Now I have like a whole other list of now I got to find out more. But I
Yeah.
appreciate you, Christy. I'm like your biggest fan. Thanks for sharing everything today, and we'll talk real soon.
Awesome.